Buick is kind of in a strange place in the automotive world. It's in between Chevy and Caddy, is not quite luxury, but not just your normal entry-level car. But ever since SUVs, particularly luxury ones, have been on the rise, Buick has found itself in a pretty good position, being a cheaper alternative to a Cadillac, but still more luxury than a Chevy. Does this car deliver? Let's find out. But first, huge shout out to Coons Chevy, Buick, and GMC of Clarksville for getting us this car today. They've been a huge help in getting this channel going. Also, if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Let's get into it. Starting at the front, you do get LED headlights and daytime running lights, but the front of this car is rather unremarkable and almost kind of ugly. You have the old grille design, which has almost this comically oversized badge in the middle, which it is a cool looking badge, but I'm not really a fan of the look. Another thing that I know we at Gas Guzzlers really do not like is fake hood vents, especially on a Buick. This isn't really a sporty car, so you don't need it to look sporty, but they still went and put these fake hood vents and this obnoxious silver trim, which brings attention to them, and it's really not a good look. But other than that, it's almost a really rounded front, and it's not a good looking front. Moving to the side, you have 19-inch aluminum wheels, which are pretty good looking solid wheels. And then you have your mirror, which has the turn signal integrated along the side, which is, I actually think, a pretty cool look. There are also heated mirrors, which is a convenient feature. And it's not on this side, but on the other side, you do have the fuel cap, which is actually capless, which means you can just stick it in to put fuel in, which is a very convenient feature. Also on the side, you can really see this color. It might actually be pretty hard due to how the sunlight's hitting it, but this is a dark moon blue metallic, which almost looks black, but it's a really good color. Other than that, the side, like the front, is pretty unassuming. It doesn't have anything too bold. Most bold thing about it is this long silver trim that circles the mirrors. So moving to the back of the Envision, you have LED taillights, which is a nice feature to have. Other than that, not much going on down here. You do have the exhaust pipes, which are technically fake, but they're very well hidden, so you wouldn't notice. Other than that, once again, like the rest of the vehicle, it's a pretty unassuming outside. Moving to the inside, it does automatically go up once you press the button or the key. On the inside, you have about 27 cubic feet with the third row seats up, and when you put them down, that gives you about 57 cubic feet of storage. And another cool thing back here is the 12-volt cigarette lighter outlet, which is a nice thing to have. There's another really cool storage area back here. If you lift this thing up, you have your spare tire, but they also have these little compartments down here, which you could put some small accessories in if you needed to. And the trunk also does have auto close-in by pressing a little button up here on the door. Starting at $34,695, you have the Envision One SV, which gives you push to start, engine start, stop, and a reclining second row seats. At the same price as the Envision One SV, you can get the Preferred, which just offers some additional packages and options. Starting at just under $37,000, you can get the Essence, which offers perforated leather seats, heated outboard rear seats, and rear cross traffic alert. Starting at $41,895, you have the Premium trim, which gives you forward collision alert, a premium 7-speaker Bose system, and lane keep assist. The Premium II will cost you about $44,800 to give you automatic parking, heated and cooled front seats, and the heads-up display. The safety features this car includes are the forward collision warning, a self-parking system, and lane keep assist with a lane departure warning. The Buick Envision is powered by a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine producing 252 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque, giving you 20 miles per gallon in the city and 25 on the highway.
And now it's time to talk about the interior of this vehicle. You can definitely tell they tried in this vehicle when you look at the general shape of everything. Really nice wood accenting here along the front. They definitely tried their best to integrate the screen into the dash. And then I like how your knee is up against the soft touch material. You have some soft touch material here. Your dash is soft touch here, of course, and even up here. But generally the design looks a little bit awkward with all this black plastic down here, I feel, though they did definitely try their best at shaping an attractive design here, and they use some high quality materials. And here, let's talk about your technology. This is your infotainment screen, and it is not very good. It is the old system. It is not the new quick snappy system we love from the newer General Motors products. You can see as you scroll through here, just the icons look old. I'm controlling it with this knob right here, but it is touchscreen. You can see it's not the fastest. Valet mode, I don't know if you're expecting your valet to get too crazy with your Buick Encore, but it is there just in case. You can see it does have some useful things like weather, but clicking weather brings up the map. You have to kind of click down here to actually get the weather up. But once you see that, it does have some useful features like that. Really not too much useful stuff right here. You do have your rear climate control. To control your climate control up here, you're gonna have to use the area below. But overall, it is a usable system, but really when you're thinking about the competition for like mid-size luxury crossovers, this really isn't acceptable. Continuing to talk about technology, let's take a look right here at your center gauge cluster. You do have the screen, which they've actually done an all right job of merging with the gauges. I like how the gauge cuts into the screen. That's really cool to see. You do have a nice big speedometer right there. It is controlled from these buttons right here. So you can see as I scroll through, you're going to get a lot of vehicle information like your oil life here. Right there, you can see you have all sorts of pressures, a timer, your speed limit recognition, just some nice general features right there. It's pretty snappy, it's bright, easy to see from where you're sitting. This screen is definitely more usable and enjoyable as a driver than that one over there. And straight ahead, you will see a heads-up display. Let me see if I can get in close enough for you to see there. It does provide your RPM and your speedometer and what gear you're in, so it is nice to have that cool little technological touch in a vehicle that otherwise feels kind of dated. Let's talk about your storage. First of all, in the center right here, press that little button and you will see a pretty decently sized storage area right there, complete with 2 USB ports, which is awesome. You have a perfect area for a phone there. 2 cup holders, they do have some little rubber grips in them to hold your phone in. You have a nice little area right here that could be used for a phone. Glove box is pretty small. You're just gonna be fitting your manual in there. As we move to the back, nothing too interesting, just seat pockets right here and a little pull out in the middle with your cup holders. Getting into the Encore, you can see your key right here. Plastic light, not a big fan of that. This vehicle does have keyless entry. Just put your hand there and press that button. The vehicle will unlock. You press that button to lock it as well. Nice Buick door plate right there. Getting in, it's nice and easy. It's actually a bit higher than I expected. Nice comfortable cabin to sit in. Foot on the brake, press the button to start it up, and she comes to life. Now from a driver's perspective, your steering wheel, you have that cheap leather I'm not a fan of that GM uses on all their products. Don't really like that. But looking around here, you can see it. You have nice, sorry, that's the vehicle. It's got to tell us what's going on. But you have the nice buttons here, easy access to control that big screen there, and your active safety features on this side. You have climate controls here. You can see you can reach your shifter nice and easily. It actually has a really nice feel to it. Everything is nice and easy to touch. Looking out, you have really good visibility. You are nice and high up, and then you just have nice thin A-pillars and thin pillars all around generally, which make visibility great. In the rear of the vehicle, first of all, you can really get an appreciation for this massive roof. Just this panoramic roof in this vehicle makes it feel so much bigger, more open. That is a really awesome feature to have. You have the same nice materials back here that you had up front. Some of the same quirky, odd design. You know, you have these big wood accents running along. Definitely an interesting interior. I've also just noticed that sort of these stalks that hold up the headrest are kind of kinked in this vehicle. Makes for sort of an odd look. But looking down here, you do have air vents back here, which of course is expected in this price range, and they are of course very useful on a 100-degree day like today. You do have some nice climate controls back here with those outboard heated seats. You do have USB charging back here as well, which is awesome. These two outboard seats are very comfy, just like up front. They feel pretty good. They are heated, as I mentioned, but they are not cooled or anything like that, but you don't really expect that at this price point. Middle seat is pretty skinny. You can probably fit 3 adults back here, but only in a pinch. Folding down this armrest area, you do get a nice wide armrest with those cup holders. Legroom is very, very good. I can sit behind myself perfectly fine. You're definitely going to be able to fit 2 adults back here comfortably. Now let's talk about price. This paint right here is about $500, and that sunroof right there, that panoramic sunroof, is around $1,500, bringing the total price of this vehicle to around $46,700. So how does the Envision stack up all in all? Well, it got 2 out of 5 cameraman stamps, so that's not a fantastic score, but again, it's not tragically bad. But it does have some areas it needs to improve. It definitely has some weirdness to it, especially in the front. Some of its interior design is just an older language, kind of quirky, weird. And then just that infotainment screen really was not up to par, especially when you're talking over $40,000. So those are definitely things that they need to focus on in improving this vehicle going forward. But I do appreciate what this vehicle is. It is a small luxury crossover. It doesn't really fit in with all the crowd in a lot of ways. I do like some of the interesting design they put into it. Just wish they would tweak it a little bit to make it just that a little bit more attractive. But other than that, this is a vehicle you could definitely consider if you want something that not all your neighbors are going to have, and you want a comfortable SUV and you don't really care about technology. A huge thanks to Koons Chevy Buick GMC of Clarksville for letting us review this vehicle, especially Prudence. A link to their website will be in the description below. And a huge thanks to you all for watching. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing to Gas Guzzlers for weekly car reviews. We'll see you in next week's video.